Good evening and welcome. Today we are going to be learning the alphabet of the Sinhala language. First of all, apologies for any cars going by. I stayed up late waiting for any cars to stop going by, but they're not, so we're just going to deal with it. As always, I'll edit out the loudest ones. Also, just a note, I've reached 100 subscribers. So thank you so much if you subscribed. That's really exciting. It's really cool that, 100 people have decided to come along on this journey with me. So yay, thank you so much. Anyway, let's get on with it. So Sinhala is spoken on the island of Sri Lanka. It's a really interesting language. It's really, really beautiful. It's written in little curly cues and looks really lovely. However, it's one of those languages that on the surface, like what I call level 1, is really simple. It's a little tricky to write at first, but once you get it, you get it. Once you understand how to write it, it's pretty simple. There are some letters I still have a hard time with, and you'll see that, but once you get the basics, it's really simple, and actually the sounds are very easy to make. If you know my language series, even the R's aren't that complicated. But once you get into level 2, it's very complicated. So, this past week I've been really unwell. As you know, I have a large myriad of bizarre health problems that we're not going to get into, but it's been kind of hindering my study of Sinhala. And anytime I try to go any deeper than the alphabet, it gets complicated. I'll point out how things get complicated, but I've just been so unwell and kind of stressed about doing this video and trying to figure out how to do it, so I just decided, you know what, let's just do the alphabet, because the alphabet is really cool and really simple just on its own and really interesting, and probably if you've never seen it written before, probably really relaxing to watch. So we're just gonna do that. No numbers, no phrases, because that's where it starts to get really complicated. And I'm gonna show you why. We're gonna start with the vowels. Of course, starting with the letter A. So here we go. So this is an A, and it makes an ah sound, a soft A, like in the word father. Ah sound. And it is a short A, meaning that it's an ah sound. And of course that means that there is a long version that looks like this. Yeah. So this is also ah, but it is the long version. So it sounds like ah, ah. So this is ah, this is ah. Now let me show you the reason why we're not going to get into phrases and all of that. This part right here is called a pilla. I've mentioned before about abugidas, and Sinhala is also an abugida, in that each syllable, let me just describe it again. So like in English, a consonant sound, like a K sounds like K, an L sounds like L, an M sounds like M. In an abugida, a K sounds like Ka, an L sounds like La, an M sounds like Ma. It'll always have a vowel sound attached to the consonant sound. Each symbol is a consonant and a vowel. That is an abugida. So Sinhala is also an abugida. So in order to change up the sounds of the consonants, let's say instead of you want to say ka, you want to say ki, you would take the K sound consonant and add the correct pila. So this is the long A pila. So if you have the ka consonant, but you want to say ka, because it's a long A, you would add this pila to the K consonant. So that's where it gets complicated. So it's like there's a lot of consonants in Sinhala. So it's like you not only have to learn all the consonants, but you have to learn all the correct pilas that match each and every sound, and it's a lot. So that's why we're just going to do the alphabet. Yeah, there's 2 more A's. Let's get into it. This is the next one. This A sound is an ah, like in the word apple. Ah sound. Sorry. Ah sound. And you guessed it, this is a short sound. Excuse me. Sorry, like I said, I've been really unwell. Ah sound. So ah, ah. So what's the long sound? Looks like this. You see the difference in the pilas there? Oh, also, like I say in all my language videos, I can't write anything in the same size, so like how this one's so much bigger than that one, I apologize. They're all going to be different sizes. So this is the long ah sound. Ah sound. So ah, sound. Let's do some I's. We have, so the I sound is an E, like in the word ink. E. And guess what? It's short. E. So what does the long E look like? It's actually really interesting. It looks like this. I don't know what these two have anything to do with each other, but that's what it is. So this is the long E. So E. Moving on to U. Here's what U looks like. Make sure I have that right. Yeah. It's kind of sloppy, but close enough. This is... I've really been practicing, I'll tell you. I've been practicing for a few days on my whiteboard here and wondering why I was having such a hard time. And then I started practicing on lined paper and it got so much easier. And then I'm trying to switch back to this and it got hard again. But yeah, I've really been practicing. So this is a U sound and it is an oo sound. Oo. Like the word umami. If anyone knows an English word that has an oo sound, that has a U in it, let me know. Because all I can really think of is umami or umlaut. And those are words borrowed from other languages. So let me know. And guess what? This is a short sound. So this is oo. And here's what the long version looks like. Let's see if I can do this symbol a little better. Slightly better. So this is the oo long version. Ooh. Actually, I think that one looks better. So ooh. Now, as you know, in my language videos, R's are weird in every language. In every single language, R's are weird. I don't know why it's R. It just is. R's are so different and so unique in every single language. frustrating. I wish ours were more universal, but they're not. So, the good news is, in Sinhalese, ours sound just like they do in English. They're a R sound. R. Thank you. Thank you. However, ours are consonants and vowels. That's the weird thing about them. Anyway, here is the R sound. Oops. There we go. It's really bad, but okay. Not my best work, but anyway. So this letter is named Iru. And of course it's an R sound, so it's complicated. It changes depending on how it's used in a word. So it can sound like R, R, R. It can sound like Ri, or it can sound like Ru. All depends on how it's used in the word. Now, this is the short version. There is a long version, but I'm told that it's very rarely used, to the point where it's probably not really used at all anymore. And it literally just looks like this, except this pila is doubled up, so I'm not about to rewrite it. Let's move on to E. So the E sound is an like in the word elephant. Of course I had to use that example, didn't I? Like an elephant. And surprise, this is the short version. So the long version looks like this. Oh, this is a little curly. There we go. And then it's got a little hump on it. So this is sound. And next we have 3 different O's. So let me write them down here. These are really fun to write. Yeah, make sure I get this right. So this is O, O, O. It's an example. O. It's just O, kind of almost like the English O, but O. It's short. Remember, short. I mean, it sounds like the word O. O. So the long version looks like this. With a lump on it. So this is the long. O, O, O. And there's one more interesting O sound. And this sound is ow, ow. Like in the word cow, ow. Or like when you stub your toe and you say ow. So these are the vowels. Let's go over one more time and then I'll erase. We have a, ah, a, e, u, r, ri or ru, e, o, ow. Let's erase. We have a, e, u, r, ri or ru, e, o, to talk briefly about consonants. They, how should I describe this? Sorry. Here we go. There are lots of consonants. I think, what was it, 38? But like I said, I'm just going to skip over the ones that are very rarely used. Or the ones that aren't used at all anymore, even though they're officially part of the alphabet, you know. And I think I forgot what I was going to say. I think I'm just going to have to go through it and do it. I think I'm stalling for time because the first consonant is one of the two letters that I have the hardest time drawing. I think I just have to bite the bullet and do it. So anyway, starting off with ka. You have no idea how I've literally been practicing this letter over and over for like 4 days, and I'm so nervous. Here we go. Let's just do it. Get it over with. I've already messed it up. Okay, last try, I swear. I swear, this is it, this is it, this is it, this is it. I'm not going to let it beat me this time. Sorry. Oh, it's so bad. Anyway. I don't know why it's just, there's this letter and there's another letter. And all the rest I'm fine at. I don't know why it's this one, because there's like way harder ones. I don't know what it is. Anyway, this is ka. And it's ka, K sound ka. I don't know why I have such a hard time with this one. Anyway, moving on. Next one is ka. And like I said, a lot of these are really easy to say. Like, look, I had no problem with that. That's perfect. Ooh, next one's interesting. Next one is called a sanaka letter. In that it's, it has a really interesting sound. It doesn't sound like a basic consonant. But let me draw it out for you first. It looks like this. Basically that with like a little hump on it. So this is nga, nga, nga sound. So kind of think like the word Jenga, like the game Jenga. So say Jenga. Now just say nga, or think like enga, enga, nga, nga. Nga. That's how you would say this sound. Nga. 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 So there's ga, there's nga. You don't know, but I've already skipped like 3 letters. Moving on. Next we have cha. Cha. Just cha. Like the cha-cha. Ooh, I like this next one. I like the shape of this one because they look like little frogs. Check this out. Isn't it cute? This is ja, just like letter J sound, ja, ja. This looks like a little frog. Alright, ooh, next one is the other one I have a hard time with. So let me just focus all my energy on doing this. The rest I have no problems with. It's just this one and this next one. So here we go. Oh, left card. Okay. But these are going to meet up. Okay. Oh, that's the best I've done it. Even though it still looks pretty bad. It's the best I've done it. Anyway, this is a nya sound. Nya, nya, nya sound. Nya. We don't really have that in English, but think of like the word Kenya, nya, nya, nya sound. It still looks pretty bad, but it's better than that. Anyway, the rest I've got down. Look at this next one. That's it. This is ta. Ta. Simple ta. Ta, ta, ta sound. And next is da. Is this... Oh, my drink's right here. Let's see. I do have space here. Can you see? Is it too shut out? No, it's fine. I need all the space I can get. That's curled. That's da. Da, simple D sound, da. Alright. This next sound is a na sound. And it's not the standard na sound. The more common na sound is coming up. This sound is called the Murjana na. It is an uncommon na, but it's still a na that is necessary for spelling reasons. It's a little complicated to write, and it's one of those that either like I totally mess it up or I totally nail it. So let's see which one I get this time. Let's see. Oh, you know, that's not bad. So this is na, but like I said, it's the Murjana. Murjana. So it's not it's not that it's uncommon, it's just that it's not often used, but when it is used, it's like necessary. So it's in that like special category of like I can't not use it, like I can't not include it. I can't skip it like the others. Anyway, next we have another sanaka. It looks like this. And this is a nda. Nda, nda, nda. So just like this, it has a little extra N sound to it, right? So think like the word Honda, like you drive a Honda. Nda, da, da, like that. Da, da. So next sound is a really interesting one. Let me draw it for you first. So this sound is ta, ta, ta. So it is a T sound, ta, but it's not exactly ta, it's ta. I know it sounds exactly the same. I think the best way to describe it is like this is just a regular ta, like we would say in English. But for this, I would say put your teeth together, like you're showing off your teeth, like if you got braces and you're showing off your braces, like you would like put your teeth out, like e, you know, put your teeth together and say ta, ta. So put your teeth right on top of each other. Say ta, 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 like ta, ta, ta. So ta, 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 ta. But it's not aspirated either. We're going to get to that because there are aspirated sounds. They have their own special thing in this language. So don't try to aspirate this sound. Aspiration, by the way. Oh, well, you know what? We'll get to it when we get to it. I'm not about to get into that. I think we're coming up on it really soon, actually. Yeah, we've got one more letter and then we'll get to aspiration. So next letter is... It's just like this, but it's a D sound. So teeth together and go da, 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 da. So this is da, just like in English, da, 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 da. Like I always say in my language videos, I hope that makes sense. So, moving on. So this sounds a lot like this, but it's an aspirated sound. In Sinhala, it's called Mahaprana. Put it like this. Mahaprana. There we go. And that just means that it's aspirated. So, an aspirated sound means that you are pushing air out of your mouth. So the best way to check to make sure that you're doing it right is to put your hand in front of your mouth and say the word, and you should feel air coming out. So if you say da, 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 you shouldn't feel any air coming out. Even if you're doing this one with your teeth, da, 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 you shouldn't feel any air coming out. But this one is da, 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 da. You should feel a little push of air coming out. Da, da. You should feel a tiny little breath popping out there, forcing that air out. There's a lot of Mahaprana sounds that are very rarely used or not even used anymore. There's like a K, there's a G, there's a J. The J sound is pretty much extinct in the language. So this is one. I think there's, let me see, I think there's two. Actually, I think this is the only one that, let me see. I mean, unless I come across, I'm like looking over my notes. Actually, I think this is the only one for sure. Oh no, there's one more, sorry. There's one more sound that is still commonly used in the language that is aspirated, but this is one of them. So, da, da sound. Really push it out. Next is the na sound that is commonly used. So this is na, and this is the na you'll see more often than not. All right. Next we have another sanaka sound. This one's another one that either like I nail it or I mess it up. So there, it's good enough. So this one's also da, just like this sound, da. Yeah, that's not very good, but you get the point. All right. Where was I? Oh, good. We're on to the P's. Oh, and they're little froggy ones. So this is pa, and we have a second pa, just the same. This is also pa. We have a, let me draw it for you first. This is ba, just like in English, ba ba black sheep. And this is the other aspirated sound, Mahaprana. So this is the aspirated B sound. Ba, ba, ba. Say it forcefully. Make sure there's air coming out of your mouth. Ooh. Like ba, ba. This one's easier to make. So ba, 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 ba. A lot easier to aspirate that sound. All right, let's do some M's. Okay, make sure that car's not too loud. Okay, it was pretty loud. So this is ma, and there's a Sanaka version of ma, interestingly enough. It's really fun. So this is ba, ba. So just like these, you know, it has a little extra sound, but it's an M. Ba. Think like the word mamba, like the snake. Ba, 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 ba. See, this, like, on its own, it's just so simple, but once you get past this level of learning all the symbols, it's so complicated. But anyway, we're almost done. Well, anyway, I'm running out of space too, but we'll worry about that later. We have, this is ya, Y sound, ya. We have the R sound, Ra. Just ra. Thank you just for being ra. And this is la. La. Simple la. This one's interesting. So this is spelled like this, but it's pronounced wa. This is a wa sound. Wa. The next one is another Murtaja letter. So not very commonly used, but once it's used, like you have to use this letter to spell it. And it's a la sound. It's more. Oof, that's the worst I've ever written it. Let me try again. I can do better than that. A loud car went by right then, so I erased it. I'm blaming this bubble right here. It's the bubble's fault. I wrote it really bad. Okay, now the car is gone. Let me try again. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. It's a la, but it's the Murtaja la. So not to be confused with this la. Okay, we have some S sounds. So this is a sha. And we have another sha, which is really complicated to write. This just realized my marker's like flat from all the practice I've done with it. Anyway. Oof, that's bad. It looks bad, but I'm not about to fix it. Anyway, that's also a sha. And one more S. And it's just a sa sound. Two more letters. We have. Oops. Keeps going. This is ha. Simple ha sound. And the most recent addition to the language, looks like a really bad heart, is fa. Alright. So those are all the letters I've chosen to show you. Like I said, I left out maybe like a good 10 or so letters, just because they are very rarely used, if used at all. So there's my terrible ka, ga, ga, cha, ja, my terrible nya, ta, da, na, da, ta, da, ta. Sorry, that was bad. Da, na, da, pa, pa, ba, ba, ma, ba, ya, ra, la, wa, la, sha, sha, sa, ha, fa. See, it seems so simple, but then, like, consider all those vowels I showed you before each have a pila that add on to each letter that makes each letter different. And so there's like, you know, like 10 different versions of each letter. And considering this isn't even all the letters, so. Anyway, let's erase each one. We have my terrible ka, ga, 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 cha, ja. That was a good job, Drew. Nya, ta, da. It's literally 2 in the morning outside. I don't understand why there are so many cars, but whatever. Na, da, 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 ta. How do I always miss that letter? Da, 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 na, na, da, da, pa, pa, ba, ba, ma, ba, ya, ra, la, wa, la, sha, sha, sa, ha, and fa. So thank you so much for watching. I really wish I could have done more, but it's a really involved language. Studying all these different languages each week kind of makes me wish I had done this sooner in life so I could have dropped everything and become a linguist and just study languages for a living, but because I really want to learn more of this and dive deeper, but I really just don't have the time or energy because it's really interesting. I like that Pila concept, but I just don't have the time to devote to learning more about this language, and I really wish I did because it's really interesting. But I'm also doing the Tamil alphabet, which is surprisingly way easier than this. So we'll see when I rehearse if I have time to do Tamil phrases or not, because I'm kind of sad that I don't have time for that. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good night.